Just after 3:30 this afternoon, Metro Fire crews were dispatched out for a reported fire in a standalone building in front of the Sikh temple in South Sacramento. They did have a well-involved fire that had started, it appears, on the outside and moved its way in, although our investigative team is still working to develop exactly what that looked like. A sheriff's deputy was on scene first and made sure the building was fully cleared. There was reports of multiple large explosions. Those appear to be attributed to very large propane tanks in excess of 50 to 100 pounds. Multiple, so in excess of 6 to 12 that actually exploded, so much so that the wrap around the propane tank unfolded. And those traveled in excess of 50 feet. We had at least 2 or 3 of them that were in excess of 50 feet from the actual building where they're normally stored. So we had 2 vehicles that were heavily involved in fire that were just basically parked in front of the classroom. Didn't appear like anything out of the norm. But we did have 2 vehicles that were heavily involved, and that fire obviously traveled up into the attic space. We had a partial collapse of that classroom roof. Crews were up top. They were basically cutting holes in the roof to make sure that fire didn't spread through the entire building. So they made a very good stop because of the aggressive quick actions. At this point, we don't have the exact origin, so those cars could have caught fire from a fire that was separate from the vehicles. They could have caught fire from a vehicle, traveled to the other vehicle or the building. We just don't know that yet, so we're relying on our fire investigations unit to really determine where exactly the fire started, and then we know where it's obviously progressed. Unfortunately, the crews did what they needed to do to make that stop and save valuable property.